Hey folks, welcome back. Sorry I'm running a little late. I was talking about stuff, but I'm here now. Hello, welcome. Welcome Jade, welcome Aleph, welcome Noah. Yay! Lots of people. Welcome anyone viewing it honestly. It's Equius time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I get what you mean, Jade. I feel that state. Yeah, let's get ready to fucking sweat because it's Equius time. Today we're doing Equius's route, and surprisingly enough, for the first time in so many fucking weeks, there's actually not a whole lot of community news to go over. Like, there's been like at least 10 tabs every single Friday without fail for the past like month and a half. But, like, it's looking pretty chill. I'm going to try this one more time. Yeah, I don't know. The clock tab is not working today, so I do apologize for that, although I guess it's not so bad because we're not really looking at this for very long. So, this is, like, not a big deal thing, but what this means is basically earlier in the week, James Roach asked people to tell him, any, like, anachronisms, continuity errors. Well, I don't know why I can't remember the exact word that he used. It started with R. Yeah. Lost my train of thought there. But he asked people to tell him, specifically. So, I'm thinking that's got something to do with the Aradia route. The original post is no longer there. So this is all we have as proof of that. But I'm thinking it's going to have something to do with the Aradia route, all those little thingies. So I'm looking forward to that. Be excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm very excited. Oh, you gotta sleep soon? So, okay, so good. Oh. Love you too, Noah. Yeah, have a good sleep whenever you gotta go do that. I know you've been awake for a long time. So this was one of the reanimated projects. There's a number, like, I know around 413 this year there was a big fuzz about they were organizing a Collide reanimated that was gonna, looked like it was gonna be really cool. But Collide is really fucking long, so I honestly can't blame them for not hitting the 413 deadline. Collide is massive. But this, Make Her Pay Reanimated, it is fucking here, and it is so awesome. So if you'd like to check that out, at some point, where's chat? Here's chat. There we go. So that's cool. Yeah, I think that was very exciting. I'm just gonna have a little water. You've been awake since when? No, oh my god. Since 2 a.m. Jesus. Yes. Rest, Noah, rest. Good night. Have a good sleep. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. Dun dun dun. Yeah, alright. What the fuck's happening here? Okay. It's game time. So, Pesterquest. Therapy pipes! Yes, Terezi is tomorrow's stream. Which I will have surprise special guest joining me for. It's not really much of a surprise. I'm sure you all know who it's going to be. But, oh my god. Nope, we're good. Okay, sorry. Steam just gave me a box, and I was like, I don't like the look of that. But the game's loaded, so that's the important part. Be gluttony and you're being punished for it. Oh, dear. Well, sit back, relax a little bit. I'll let that shit settle. We're gonna do Equius. It's gonna be chill. Equius is really interesting. I love that. Begin the friendship process. Honestly, sometimes I wish I could just like say that out loud because making friends is confusing. Okay. You've learned from your mistakes today, and today you're playing a video game. You can pause. Yeah. I was just playing Splatoon, and I was doing decently enough. I ranked down in Rainmaker, but it's okay. It's fine. But yes, I did see that you were online as well, Aleph. And Bridge, hello. I noticed that you were online as well. We all gaming tonight. Yeah, it's a very good system. Like, I know it's, you know, the price tag, but like if that's something that you're able to afford, it's so fucking worth it. It's very good. Yes, you were playing Luigi. Luigi's Man. Oh, almost done. Nice. Yeah, I've been like on the fence about that one because I haven't played any of the other Luigi's Mansion games, but I've heard really good things about this one. Also, my cousin's a really big fan of Luigi's Mansion, so, you know, I got him whispering in my ear, like, play Luigi's Mansion. I'm like, okay, maybe. Also might get them for, ooh, very nice. Hell yeah. It's very fun even if you haven't played the other ones. Okay. I'll keep it in mind. I'm very, very finicky about what video games I get for the Switch because so many of them are so fucking expensive. Like, $80 friggin' dollars. Okay, 80 Canadian dollars. I know they're less in US dollars, but it's like 80 Canadian dollars for, you know, a Nintendo licensed game on a cartridge. Actually, even download, like Sword and Shield download is like $80. But yeah, and like very creative and solid and a good time. Oh yes, oh yeah, Gooigi. Oh my god, fucking Gooigi. You were waiting for, yes, Animal Crossing. I will pay $80 for Animal Crossing. I have almost 600 hours in Animal Crossing New Leaf on my 3DS, so like I know Animal Crossing for me is a game that is worth spending $80 fucking on. But, and yeah, that's why I haven't gotten the new Pokemon either. Like, I enjoyed Pokemon, but I don't know if it's really worth $80 to me. You know what I mean? Maybe 50. But that's just like, you know, my personal value judgment for like how much time and enjoyment I would get out of the game. I tend to play through the story mode and then not really pick it up again. And especially this time, my brother doesn't have a Switch. Usually we get the opposite versions and then we'll like finish the game, like battle each other some and like stuff like that, but he doesn't have a Switch, so I can't even do that. Meme voice 50 USD for a Mew. You spent all birthday money from last year, yeah. Last one you played was, you were but you had a good time with X and Y. Yeah, I played, the last one that I did was Pokemon Moon. Which I only just finished. I kept dropping it for a really long time. I only finished it like a few months ago. But, you know, I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable experience. There's like a part of me that wants to buy the new Pokemon game just to spite all of the people who are being really bitter, annoying, like, assholes about it. There's like a little voice in the back of my brain that's like, buy it to spite them. But like, it's not, I'm not gonna do that. It's not worth it. But that little voice is still like, do it. Oh, X and Y introduced you. Oh, it's cool. Yeah, my first one was Diamond for the DS. But yeah, December 4th. That is true. Your birthday's coming up. You get to make me say something stupid. I know. Was it you that wanted me to say the whole Uwu Obama meme? Get your Obama voice ready. Yeah. Okay, good. I did remember that. Your first was Platinum. Yeah. I've heard very good things about Platinum specifically. I have a number of friends who, like, Platinum is their favorite Pokemon game out of, like, all of them. But yes, I will get my Obama voice ready. I will get ready for that. I promise you. Yeah, she fucking loves it. Yeah, like, I've heard, like, really, really great things about it. It's really hard to find now, though. Homestuck streaming is good prep for Obama impressions, unsurprisingly. Yeah, that is true. I got a lot of very great practice reading the epilogues there. Is that... Oh, is Platinum Black... No, Platinum is the combinative Diamond and Pearl one. People really like... Yeah, I mean... Oh, I'm not a fucking Pokemon historian, so, you know, I've got, I'm the kind of person who enjoys Pokemon. I play the story mode, I have a little fun with it. I've got some little figures, but, like, I don't know what most of them are called. Like, at conventions, they'll have those little, like, $3 to $5 bins of the little rubber Pokemon figures that are, like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 centimeters tall. I like to look through those bins at conventions, because some of them are really hilariously off-model, but some of them are, like, really nice. So I've got a few of those, but quite frankly, okay, one of them is a Mime Junior. Another one is a fish. It's not a Goldeen, but it is orange. One of them looks kind of like a bee, like kind of like a queen bee. Another one, it's like a tree bush with white flowers on it, and it's got like a Squidward nose. And the other one is like a turtle, but it's got trees growing out of its back. I'm pretty sure that's like one of the evolutions of a grass type starter, but I don't remember what it's called. So, that's me. Torterra! That is probably correct. Wait, let me Google that. Let me see if I described this accurately enough for you to actually guess what I was referring to. No, it's not Torterra. That's not the right one. That one's very nice. No, ooh, it's the middle one. I'm looking at an evolution series. It's not Torterra, it's not Turtwig, it's the one in the middle, where it's got like the yellow shell on the back. Grottle? Yeah, it's Grottle. I have a little Grottle. Oh, Delphox shares like Tall looks right, and some other lad you forget about. That's so fucking valid. Yeah. But yes, it's a Grottle. That is the one, indeed. Yeah, Grottle, Mime Junior, Fish, Bush, Bee. Those are my Pokemon figures. Yeah. Do I have anything else? No, that's all my little Pokemon dudes. Oh, I have a Minun on my keys. It's a little keychain. It's very cute. Yeah, I wanna cosplay Xerneas at some point. I fucking love the legendary from Pokemon X. It's so beautiful. I really want to cosplay it. I've looked at so many fucking horn tutorials for Homestuck that I feel like I'm ready to actually make some fucking horns for this person and make them big. They gonna be big boys. It's happening. Delphox, Machamp, Gaster, Xerneas, Lapras, and Farfetch'd. Sweet. I cannot remember any of the Pokemon on my team. All I know is I had a Vivillon in Pokemon... Yeah, it was an X. I had a Vivillon, and it was like my star team member. This fucking bug fairy butterfly. There it is, Lapras. Yeah. Lapras is pretty dang sweet. Lapras is fucking sweet. Star Fairy? Oh, it was like, Vivillon looks like, it's like a big fucking butterfly. And it's bug fairy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Vivillon is neat too because it's got like regional variants depending on where your game is region locked to. No, or like where your location is set in your TS, I think. So like the one for my region of Canada is like navy blue with like white spots on it, but like some parts of the world it's pink, some parts of the world it's like brown and red, I think is one of the other ones. There's like a whole bunch of different colors for it. It's really cool. Your brain cut out for a second because you're drawing. It's all good. That's so fucking valid. But yeah. Okay, so it's been a good 20 minutes of chill talk. Oh, you got a little more about Pokemon. You didn't play those one, but in the most recent. Oh, Let's Go Pikachu! Right! Oh my god, I forgot about those ones. Pikachu, Mew, Vileplume, Charizard, Gyarados, and Hitmonchan. Hell yeah! Oh god, Hitmonchan just makes me think of the fucking Poké Rap that Brian David Gilbert made. That piece of fucking brilliance. But yeah, that is a sweet team. Alright. I think Equius has been very patient. Yeah, I kind of I was like conscious of the time, but I was like, you know what, we don't actually have much community use, and usually that's when we yell at each other about this stuff, so, you know, decided to, keep on moving with the Pokemon conversation, because let's chill, good talks. You Yes, we're doing Equius first. Terezi is tomorrow, because I have a special guest coming to do the thing with me. I mean, like, y'all know it's Noah. Y'all know it's gonna be Noah. But, yeah. Oh yeah, it's more big brain power hours tomorrow, for sure. But today, it's just little me. Here's hoping your farm Wi-Fi is stable enough. Yes, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for everyone to have stable Wi-Fi, including myself, because sometimes it likes to fuck around. I think lowering the quality helped. I'm a little bit pissed off that now my YouTube videos can only be in 720p, because that's how OBS works when it records things. It doesn't video record in a higher quality than it's outputting for stream, so whatever. But yeah. If it's because you're looking for your charger, fair. It's all good. Okay. Let's do this. Let's Equius it up. Words I never thought would ever escape my mouth. Okay, here we go. It's a clear, cool night, and you're wandering around trying to decide whose hive you should crash at before the sun comes up. It's nice having so many options for places to stay. You've cultivated a decent community for yourself, and there is an ember of pride in your belly about it. You are not immune to Equius. God. That's what I learned with this new volume coming out. Apparently I am not immune to Equius. Still, you find yourself feeling a little aimless. The last couple friends you made were pretty intense. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but you're vibing at a chiller frequency right now. There's still a while until it gets dangerously light out, so you sort of pop around, seeing what feels right. It's kind of fun to test out the boundaries of your powers. You've used it to find friends, but you're not really sure how far it goes. You think tree, and you don't know how your magic brain decided which one to choose, but fuck if you aren't standing on an extremely high branch a second later. You try it again with whatever concept comes to mind. Garden, cave, mall, and it all works. These are all fucking friends and locations, because somewhere in there are those memories. They're stirring around. They're waking up. They're coming out. Y'all can't see me, but I'm like rapidly tapping my head right now with my fingers. Actually, that might be a little weird. But I think that it is symbolically correct for this line of thought. You don't remember ever having been to any of these specific places, but you feel a strange, prickly affinity for them each time your feet touch the ground. Those are all pretty generic locational nouns, though. You wonder if it works for things that are more abstract. Quickly, before you can talk yourself out of the naivete of it, you think home. Oh, this part hurts my heart so much. It still takes you a minute to open your eyes, even after you feel your guts all back in the right place, because what if you wake up in a room that feels like yours? Or worse, and infinitely more likely, what if you don't? You breathe in deep and immediately cough wretchedly. It's this little home. It's their little home. You love watching the reactions of them. I know. Yeah. I really love getting to see people's reactions too. Exhibit B. All of this yelling. You open your watery eyes, clinging to the hope that maybe you come from a land of dusty comforts where you always just breathe in layers of dust and it's fine. It's not fine. You've landed inside one of the spindliest, most precarious hunks of metal that has ever been bolted into the side of a cliff. It looks like some ancient outpost. Not homey at all. Of course that wouldn't work. It was stupid to try. Defeat is bitter in your mouth. My heart. There's a twisty part of you that wants to curl up on a particular piece of floor and take a nap. You can't work out how much of that urge is just you wanting to give in, so just in case, you don't surrender to it. Yes, big sad suck. Ugh. Maybe you'll come back another time and sift through all the shit on the shelves, but for now, you're not sure how structurally sound this thing is, and you can't take any more disappointment. Oh my god, if they go through the things on the shelves and find, like, the things that were, like, given to them by their friends? Oh my god. Like, there was a specific volume, but I can't remember which one it was, where it starts off in the house, and Emma's inspirator, they are going through their belongings and talking about, oh, this was another robe that Tagora gave me, this is a mug that Tysius gave me or something. I don't remember them all exactly. But the phone! The fucking palm husk! Oh my god. So you try one more time to pop up somewhere you haven't been before. What was that one guy's name that Gamzee mentioned? Oh yeah, Equius. Maybe he's chill. You think his name is Zap Away, imagining yourself leaving an edgy, despondent swirl of dust in your wake. There he be. Yes, and the music for this route is Indigo Air from Colors and Mayhem. Fun fact that I just learned recently, this song was actually intended originally to be for Dirk, and at some point near the end, you can hear the Morse code for SOS somewhere in the music. Because this came from, of course, Colors and Mayhem for, folks who were not around in the era. Colors and Mayhem was a music competition album, so they took fan-submitted songs from anyone. Like, they were taking submissions from, and it was an open call for submissions from the fandom. And apparently this was originally submitted with the intention of it being a song for Dirk, but they, shuffled it around. Apparently there were a couple of songs that got kind of shuffled around like that, and this one ended up being for Equius, and I think it fits in really well too. Given Equius' future as Arqueus, I think that also makes it pretty fitting. We're gonna get so fucking vibe checked. Yeah, this is a really beautiful song. I do love this one. There's 2 Equius songs to Serenity's SOS? Ooh. What is the other one then? Because I don't know what the other one is. Be curious to know. Your magical zap calibration maybe isn't as off as you thought, because you pop in on Equius as close as it is possible to get to the dude without. Wow, this is a long sentence. What? Your magical zap calibration maybe isn't as off as you thought, because you pop in on Equius as close as it is possible to get to the dude without landing directly on top of him. The astonishing unchillness of the situation is eminently apparent. He's mid-jump, mid-yell, mid-sweat, and mid-swing of an outlandishly beefy arm down toward you. You freeze frame like an anime protagonist analyzing their choices mid-battle. In your drawn-out split second of an observational window, you realize that he's not aiming at you, but in the direction of whatever noisy whirring thing you happen to plop down in front of. Fuck? As soon as he sees you, his eyebrows shoot up above his busted-ass sunglasses and his yell strangles itself into a panic. His arm shudders as though he's trying, and failing, to alter its glorious faceward trajectory. You really do not want to get your face punched off your head, so you scream and zap just outside the high-arched door in the far end of the room. You hear a deep, meaty thunk, followed by a groan, then a sharp metallic crunch. The whirring stops. Oh my god. Is he dead? Is the other thing dead? Should you go check on him? You skitter away from the door and then back to it, unsure what to do. This, my friends, is the very first line of new Equius dialogue since 2012. Because, he had, ever since he got killed off in Act 5, Act 2, he had, a couple of lines in Mini Strife. But, this is it. This whole thing, this is the first new Equius dialogue we've had since fucking 2012. Holy shit, the horses indeed. Oh yeah. Was that? No, it can't have been. Hello? Show yourself this instant. Ah, fuck. He does not sound happy. His words are a little garbled too, like some teeth just got knocked out by whoever's ass he was just kicking. You weigh your options. Oh, there's the... I just recognized the Morse code part. It is really pretty. But it just clicked. That's what the Morse code part is. Anyway. The lamps are fucking hooves. Like, the fucking thought that went into this background is astonishing. It's so fucking good. Okay, as usual, we're gonna knock the short end out of the park first, and then when it comes to the second one, you'll get free reign. So, let's get this short end out of the way. Chicken out. You don't know. Equius looks super strong and even more pissed. You really, really do not want to be next in line to get disemboweled. If friendship with this guy is really meant to be, maybe you can reconnect with Gamzee as an intermediary. That sounds like a normal and cool time. I don't know about that one. Panic grips you as his heavy footsteps approach the door. Forgetting you have super useful zap power specifically for use in time-sensitive panic situations, you turn and run. You glance over your shoulder as you go and collide spectacularly with a brick wall. There he is! Oh, you were just thinking about... You swear there was another one? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was another one out there somewhere. But Equius and Gamzee in the same room with you, as you would not end well. No, that would be a fucking disaster. But, oh yes. Oh yes! It's him! There he be. I'm so fucking... Look, I'm gonna take the text off too so you can see, like, the whole thing. I'm so fucking happy that Arthur got a sprite. Because it's fucking beautiful. Oh my god. Like, just look at this fucker. Like, just really appreciate. You know what? You can appreciate Arthur while I post on Twitter that I'm streaming because I forgot to do that today. You just appreciate this glory. Okay, there. I have tweeted. Oh, Cobalt Thief! Ah, what's the Morse code in that? Is that also SOS then? You forgot to post on Twitter at all today. That's valid. You know what? That's probably a good thing. that's, you know, sometimes it's good to take a break from there. I've been thinking of maybe blocking it on my web browser for a bit because I need to get schoolwork done. Oh my god. It's please help him. Oh my god. That's a lot. And yeah, which him is this referring to? Looking up from the brightly polished floor where you lay, inexplicably doused in milk and broken glass, you realize it wasn't a wall you hit. It was a glistening, part pseudo-humanoid, part horse, cow, beast person? Another godforsaken Lucis, maybe? You really aren't sure, but the fact that his top half looks kind of like a more dapper you fills you with the most cursed mixture of fear and curiosity you've felt thus far. He doesn't seem bothered by you at all, only anxiously trying to get by you. You try to stand up, but you slip on the milk and eat shit just as Equius bursts through the door. They both tower over where you lay, flopping ineffectively in a burgeoning puddle of froth. God, is everyone in this house just made of muscle? You've had enough of this regular strength escape attempt shit. Bruised, humiliated, and covered in dairy, you zap on out of there. Right, Vriska appearing in the mayor's dream. T-pose energy. Yeah. No, this was written by Lalo Hunt. Lalo did not go for the obvious ending of having Equius hug you to death by accident. Okay, so let's try that one again. Okay, I'm gonna have some water and then we'll keep moving. Be brave. Oh no, oh man. You know the Gamzee seal of approval is maybe not the most credible, but this guy might be an okay dude. And it would definitely be your fault if he was hurt in there. You should at least check on him. Explain or something. You can zap away if it comes down to it. You think you've recovered. I'm happy to hear that, Jade. I'm glad that you have recovered from noodles. You do the polite thing this time and knock. He opens the door fast, like he was just on the other side of it. You both jump. He collects himself and glares at you, arms crossed against his heaving chest. Rivulets of blood and sweat run together and pool into the divot above his weird alien clavicle, and a low, menacing sound rumbles through him. You can feel it in your teeth. Holy shit, he's terrifying. Explain yourself immediately. You think you might shit your pants on the spot, but he gives you a quick up and down and rearranges his expression into a sort of forced smile. It doesn't really feel any more welcoming. What with the blood dripping down his chin, but the fact that he's trying is maybe a good sign? You hold in your fear shit, just in case. Oh, the saxophone cover. Yo, that's, what's his face, whose YouTube name I can't remember, who does the cover story series, right? But, yeah, the abbreviated noodle indulgence. Or, perhaps, come in and take a seat. He steps aside to beckon you through the door, then sort of freezes. Unless you should be the one instructing me, in which case it would behoove you to make that promptly apparent. I cannot work out how exactly to address you when you don't wear a caste symbol and you look like... that. Jesus Christ. Which I am either very sorry for or quite cross about, depending on where the truth lies. Either way, I am beginning to perspire about it. So, out with it right now. God. Fucking Equius. Oh, Skatoon Network. Yes, they also do the thing. God, but this whole thing is just so uncomfortable. Man, he is really struggling. The anger you felt radiating off him before is still there, but that doesn't seem to be all of what's driving him. It's like there are two competing forces inside him. One that wants to yell at you, and one that wants to get yelled at by you. Subversive Asset! That's the username that I was not remembering. Yeah, that's the guy. You might conceptualize these forces as fierce animals warring in a glorious and unwavering balance. Horses, perhaps? Anyway, you'll workshop that metaphor later. You tell him you know you look weird, but you promise you're cool. You know a friend of his. Horses, perhaps? It's the fucking two wolves meme. Oh my god. At the mention of Gamzee, the corner of his lip curls up into something complicated, so you change course real fast, just in case. And Karkat! Does he know Karkat? What a guy. He eyes you warily. Or you think he probably does. With his eyes hidden behind his shades, you can't be sure, but he's being very still. Sweat and blood are still just fucking running down his face, and he's not even acknowledging it. You laugh nervously. You both continue to stand there, waiting for the other to make a move. It would be super helpful if someone was assertive around here. Luckily, some kind of cow centaur man, his Lucis you assume, breaks the awkward doorway stalemate by silently trotting up and handing Equius a desperately needed towel. He then offers you both some frosty glasses of milk. Something deep inside you feels a swell of warm recognition for the ritualistic moment of a friend's parent bringing you snacks, so you down that thick shit in one go. The Lucis mustache flutters in appreciation, and after a nod between him and Equius, he leaves as quietly as he came. I see you're an aficionado of the sweetest of nectars. This speaks to the likelihood of your nobility, which is reassuring. I may be able to overlook the circumstance of our meeting, then. If you can provide strong evidence, of course. Tell me, are you also a hoofbeast art enthusiast? He beckons you inside the room, and as you follow, you tell him you're not really sure what that means, but probably you're a fan of a lot of... Oh. Wow, okay, so that's what that means. Cool. Yeah, you know, whatever. You feel like you've learned once that anything can be art if it feels right, so art can definitely be the, well-muscled horsemen on the walls of this here living space. Equius rumbles in agreement and gestures toward a chair. It's one of those cool red and black gamer-themed chairs with embedded speakers. There's a lot of that kind of decorating motif in here, which is a little at odds with the high ceilings and engraved doorways and general blue blood old money architecture. Oh, yeah. And there are broken bows and robot parts all over the goddamn fucking place. Not in neat little stacks or connected to other robot parts to create whole robots. Just an absolute wasteland of obliterated robo-corpses, like they all were torn limb from limb and then just scooted off toward a wall. Equius is a furry, not a brony. Wildly relatable experience of some teen boy asking if you want to look at his hentai. Oh no! Oh no! I was not aware that was a wildly relatable experience. Fucking rip. My heart goes out to anyone who has ever been asked by some teen boy if they want to look at his fucking hentai collection. God. But yeah, Equius is a furry. Equius, like... Whether or not Equius would be interested in MLP is, like, debatable. It feels like the kind of thing that... Maybe Nepeta would, like, get him into it. You hope it's not. Well, that part was ironic due to your own constantly repeating circumstances. Rip. Oh, shit. Fucking rip. What about... Oh, no. Are bronies furries? I mean... I guess, technically speaking, brony is like a subset of furry, I think. I think it's like a subset, but kind of separate, but kind of not. I don't know. I am not incredibly knowledgeable about furry community dynamics, so like, I'm guesstimating at the terminology, but yeah. He doesn't, oh my god, he doesn't respect other people enough to like MLP. You know, I don't think that's a barrier to entry for liking MLP, because like, I've seen some whack shit from fans of a show about the magic of kindness and friendship. You know what I mean? I've seen some whack shit. A fair few of them are splattered in blood too. Dried, it almost looks black, but the fresh stuff on the fists of the one in pieces at your feet is bright indigo. On the one hand, it is absolutely a relief to see that it's all metal and not flesh body parts scattering the floor. But also, it's still, you know, not fucked up looking. That's why you say he's a brony. But largely invested in muscle. Yeah, I feel like the muscle part of Muscle Beast is kind of like the big investment. God, that's making me think of that Night at the Ludezeum, the Paradox Space comic. Shit, now I have to link that in chat. Because that was not just horses in that one. It was many different, very muscly creatures. They used the... Oh, did they? What? I don't know. Oh, I guess the stylings of the horses in front of the door. I'm looking at the comic right now. The stylings of the horses in front of the door are similar to the ones that we see in the hallway. God, this art is so fucking good. The sweaty, God, this whole comic is so gold. Okay, I'm just getting distracted now. Anyway, yeah, the horse statues in the hallway do seem to be influenced by that. Permission to minor spoiler? Okay. If very, very minor. As long as it's not spoiling, like, a plot event thing that, like, happens. Specifically. It's really good, but really unfortunate. Okay, but yeah, I trust your judgment, Aleph. Minor spoiler. Minor spoilers, okay. Your smile probably has too many teeth in it to seem normal, but Equius returns it in kind and leans what he probably thinks is casually against the edge of his desk. It creaks under his weight. Jesus, he could just end you in half a second, couldn't he? You claim we have mutual acquaintances. That's the best fucking use of Equius' quirk in this entire thing. So demonstrate it. He nods toward the screen of his desktop, where he has Trollean open. Oh, fuck. Night at the Ludezeum is actually relevant to this route's plot. I'm struggling to think of how, but I think I know. Yeah, okay, no, I think I got it. Yeah. But I know. Shit, that reminds me, that minor spoiler reminds me of something I was gonna look up before this, but you know what? I didn't get the chance to replay this one before streaming it, because usually I'll play it and then on another day I'll go through them again and I'll look for anything that I see fit to Google, you know, find other complimentary links or whatever, but I just didn't have the chance with this one. But I'll talk about that when it's relevant. He nods toward the screen of his desktop where he has Trollian open. Oh, fuck. Okay, you guessed you can just click on someone and ask them to prove it? He seems to know both Karkat and Gamzee, and between the two, you know who's most likely to be online and ready to pester and be pestered at all times, so you click his screen name and start typing. Hey Karkat, I hope you're having a good day. I just had a quick favor to ask you. Wait, what? Oh, also, I missed you. What the fuck? What happened to you? Where's your horrifying quirk? How am I supposed to saddle up for some truly nauseating conversation if I don't have a not veiled at all bulge reference greeting me at the beginning of every one of your excruciating messages? Are you sick? Like in a new way? Yeah, Karkat was immediately like, what the fuck is happening here? You miss me? What the fuck does that mean? Are you okay? Oh, right, Jesus, you're logged in as Equius. Your fool ass just started typing like you had your own account for some reason. You blame it on nerves and get to clarifying. Oh, haha, sorry, this is your new friend. After I dropped you off yesterday, I wandered around for a while, and now I'm hanging out with Equius. I'm using his computer. Oh. My pusher almost fucking gave up on the spot. I don't think he trusts me. Can you vouch for me? Hold on, let me just bask in the concept of the two of you hanging out. This is a mental masterpiece, a tableau of awkward fucking splendor. I legitimately do not even know what sort of short-circuiting must be happening in his brain to try and make sense of you. Please, don't tell me a single fucking thing about it later. Karkat is immediately just like, wow. You two in the same room? God, Equius must be having a fucking conniption. Okay, I'm done now. Is he watching? Equius leans over your shoulder and tucks his hair behind his ear so it doesn't get in the way of his typing. It's a bow and arrow. Any resemblance otherwise is only a pleasant coincidence. And yes, I am watching. Okay, whatever. A pleasant coincidence. I love that. He was very specifically, he wasn't just like, it's a bow and arrow, any other representation, it's just coincidence. He was like very specifically a pleasant coincidence. It is a pleasant coincidence that it kind of looks like a bulge. Oh my god. Fucking glad he's still working on main. Oh my god. Oh, I'm like super appreciative and hype about the Karkat cameo here. Also, just saying, these Karkat lines are golden, and also I fucking love him. Listen up, you milk-logged chum squelcher. This little guy right there, the one you're probably dripping sweat all over, that's one of the realest friends you will ever hope to make. Sure, they'll send your life careening horrendously off course, but it will absolutely be worth it for the level of dedication they bring to the table. Don't even bother with the blood color horseshit with this one, since they're the only one of their species. Just roll with it for once in your wretched life. Don't fuck this one up, Zahhak. They're an abomination, and they wouldn't know what a boundary was if it took up residence in their grease chute, but you two have those things in common, so in this case, that's a good thing. slow clap for that. Okay, so first of all, Carcat just came right out there and was like, I stan MSPA Reader. I was like, thank you, Carcat. Carcat said MSPA Reader writes. First of all. Second of all. He's just like, neither of you know what the fuck a boundary is, so like, go for it. Like, oh my god. You remember when Cat was a popular rare pair? Oh fuck, I forgot about that. Jeez. But yeah, that's what's up. Equius inhales sharply, and you wonder what Carcat meant by that. About Equius, you mean. Sure, you're an inexplicable being, neither Earthling nor Alternian, but with weird, itchy memories about having lived on both planets. But he doesn't seem out of the normal range of fucked up, considering troll standards. You love Carcat's method of backhanded insults? I know, Carcat's, like, got it down to a fucking science. In fact, how about this? That is sufficient. Goodbye. He minimizes the window and steps back, somehow sweatier than he was before. He taps the towel gingerly on his forehead. It seems like a contradiction, and so is that ship. True. Yeah, that is kind of a contradiction for a rare pair to be popular. But yeah, R.I.P. Carcat's advice indeed. He's like, here's what you do. And then Equius was like, nope. Noping the fuck out of there now. If you... Oh my god. No. Oh god. I don't know why this didn't click before. But Equius clicked the fuck out because he was like... Because of his weird fucking thing about people telling him what to do. About lowbloods telling him what to do. Because he was just like, I don't... Fuck. You're just like, this is too much. This will be too much. I'm already so sweaty. God. Equius getting off on Carcat's berating is also good. I know, it's fucking wild. Oh my god. And that, yes. Correct, Bridge. That is exactly why it was a ship. God. So, we have now been properly introduced. Okay then. You definitely thought he was going to be more thorough than that. He does seem a little shaken up, so maybe you should just be thankful the conversation got cut short before he could really dig too deep into your lore and get judgmental about it. Still not over Carcat standing us to give you happy feelings. Yeah, that was really cute. That was a really good moment. I do not know what the standard method of communication with... I do not know the standard method of communication with your species. You will take the lead here, and it will surely become clear how I should proceed. Yes, that sounds extremely feasible. You will now begin the friendship process. I command it. Oh, sure, you got this. How exactly do you got this? Yeah, he's like, you will now begin the friendship process. I command it. And it's like, woo, okay. We're doing this. Yo, it is 12 on the dot. Fuck yeah, perfect timing. It is break time. So, think about which one you want to do first. Show off your cool powers, or so we're both freaks, huh? And, let me know in chat, and when I get back from break, we'll start on those, long-form endings. Alright, back in 5. Oh, wait a second. The music is still on. I gotta turn the music off. There we go. Now I can play the other music. Alright, 5 minutes on the clock. Back in 5. And we're back. Get that break text off, and we seem to have 2 votes for so we're both freaks, huh? So that is indeed the ending we're gonna be going for first. So, we're both freaks, huh? You decide to just go for it. Sometimes leaping into what could potentially be a super sensitive topic for someone ends up being the key ingredient to a friendship pie. You can see it now. Equius crying, thankful you are here to talk about whatever this unspeakable commonality you share is. You wiping his tears with his already pretty soaked towel. You shake yourself out of your daydream and drop this sweet loaded question right in his lap. Holy shit, you can't wait till this works. Excuse you? Speak for yourself, my standing is unblemished. Karkat is only comparing us in that way to further the ruse that he is removed from that particular category. It is a delicate social dance. Oh, okay. You're not really sure Karkat sees it that way, but hey, whatever works for them. Anyway, you know he was just yelling a lot about something that's not a big deal and is his manner of showing affection, but you just thought he meant like the horn thing. Oh boy. The horn thing? Oh shit, you're sorry. You don't know what things are and aren't cullable around here, you know? It's almost like it's all entirely arbitrary and at the whims of whoever's in charge or something. Yeah, because come to think of it, like, having a busted off horn like that for a low blood would probably be a cullable offense. You like the look personally, but you haven't made friends with someone with a broken one before, so you're not sure how common it is. It is relatively uncommon. They are exceptionally sturdy, so it takes something very strong to break them. He looks like he might be about to tell you the story, but somehow you keep not learning the lesson where you should just chill and experience something instead of leaping to try to figure it out before it happens. So, fueled by enthusiasm for your newest spur-of-the-moment decision, you stop listening to his lecture on troll biology and focus instead on zapping to the moment his horn broke. Troll biology is probably super uninteresting anyway, and you'll come right back here after and be able to contribute more to the conversation. Yeah, this is a bad idea. You know? You pop into familiar nothingness, but instead of appearing at a point in Equius's past, you feel yourself split. It's like looking at a magic eye puzzle, but with your whole body. You try to concentrate to align the segments into a whole, but it's too late. You think for a second it might be a cool new power, but it doesn't feel that different than before, only just triple. It's like there's narrative precedent for this moment existing in more than one plane of truth. Unable to do anything else but sit there in space, contemplating this paradox, you watch. He looks a little younger, but not much. He's beating the shit out of a robot, but it's not the same as it was when you saw it before, however briefly. Then his movements had been smooth, even in their rage, like he wasn't afraid until you showed up. Here in this weird half-present space, his movements are erratic. He swings wildly, unthinkingly, like there is nothing left inside him but one last flicker of fury. His teeth are gritted against tears, and he just looks so tired. You want to pull him back, to make him rest. You see him reach the same conclusion, but not at all how you meant it. He just stops. The robot does not. You feel him close his eyes. At the same moment, you see another snapshot of time, much further back. There's a little grub wobbling its way up a stalagmite in a cave. It's definitely a precarious place, but it still somehow feels safe to you for some reason. Safe, but also, like, super violent. Who knows? There's a lot going on right now. He crawls to the top and roars a baby-clicking roar, eyeing a taller cave precipice. You see his little behind wiggle as he moves to jump. Over top of that, there is another Equius, looking about the same as he does now, just +1 horn, out for a stroll in the moonlight. This one is about to cross the street when a majestic herd of hoofbeasts crests a faraway hill. He stops, transfixed, as the animals gallop across the plain. He does not hear the approaching scuttlebuggy. Baby roar? I know, that sounds ridiculously fucking adorable. Also, welcome Phoenix. Glad you were able to make it. You watch all of this from your floating void standpoint, unable to stop it. The arcs of their falls align in cosmic synchrony, hair fanned out like a banner of defeat. The echo of the crack the horns make as they shatter reverberates in your teeth. You yell as all 3 Equiuses hit their respective grounds. You can't help it, you've started to care about this guy a little bit. As the sound leaves you, all 3 of them turn their injured heads to look at you in unison, and you freeze. Shit, that's probably not supposed to happen, right? You were just watching, not changing anything. You barely know what you're doing, though, so you can never be sure. You zap immediately back to the present, winded, and fuck, I forgot to turn the music back on. Sorry, I just realized that. You zap immediately back to the present, winded and dizzy. You feel deeply, suddenly corporeal, like you do when you step off a boat onto the shore, but with each atom of your body separately and all at once. So, actually, I'll wait until we get to the end of this to talk about it a little bit more in depth. We're almost there. Equius is standing exactly where he was when you left, totally unchanged, still yammering about anatomy. Whew, good to know nothing got fucked up in the future after you... Wait. You were there. He pauses, shaking his head to clear it, and his memories realign. I don't know how I didn't remember. I accepted your offer of friendship, and you repay me with this tomfoolery. You knew how it happened all this time, and yet you played ignorant, jockeying for a position as someone in my trust, only to play me for a fool. No, see, you didn't before. It wasn't till after you went back that this became the way things went. See, the way time travel works is... Do not explain time travel to me. What do you take me for? You're still reeling a bit from seeing him so vulnerable. By varying definitions of vulnerable, you guess, but still. You know you got this information from an unfair source, but now that you have it, you don't feel right just leaving. There's more to Equius than you'd originally thought, and you can feel the chance to learn more about him slipping away. Olive, quit stealing my thunder. But yes, that is what that is a reference to. And that is what I was aiming to discuss, and then decided to wait until the end. Although, I do appreciate, you do seem to be linking all of the instances in chat, which is one of the things that I wanted to go and find, but didn't have the time to. So, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Although I thought there was more than 3. Wasn't there like 5? I don't know, it's been a while. I do not know what it is you want from me, but you will not receive it. Whatever connection you feel to him in this moment, he clearly does not return it. And, shit, he's starting to get pissed. Sweat begins to bead at his temple. Your brain, scrambling to grasp a hold of any thought that isn't your abject friendship failure, latches onto the realization that, sweat and all, his hair somehow still looks really good. Would now be a good time to ask him about what products I don't think this alliance is going to work out. You will leave. I must get back to my business. Your heart sinks as he turns his back to you, presses a button on the back of a robot's neck, and rolls his shoulders. Goodbye. Shunned. Fucking rip. So, yes, the multiple endings there is in additional reference to the many paradox space instances of Equius busting off his horn. So let's see. Actually, I'm gonna grab these and put them in the browser. So, yes, thank you, Aleph, for finding all of these. So this is from... Shit, what comic is this from? We can see Equius is fighting robots, and his horn gets lost there. Let's see. This one is Night at the Ludeum, which we were talking about a little bit earlier, but this is like the specific page near the end here where the sweaty accidentally removes his horn. Kill switch engage. Thank you. Yes. So that first one was kill switch engage. This one is Night at the Ludeum. This one is, I believe, the Secret Santa one. Yes. I don't remember what this one's called, but this was, or was it, I mean, like, well, the Paradox Space comics weren't meant to be, like, huge game changers. Secret Sufferer! See, why am I forgetting these things? Yeah, Secret Sufferer. I knew there was a specific troll name for it. Yes. Secret Sufferer, he gets his horn cut off by a robot using the ninja stars. And relationshipping, this is, got the title right at the top there. There's Equius fucking removing a horn to use it as a pen. I think this is my favorite because it's the most absolutely batshit ridiculous. Yeah, the pen one is so fucking good. Alright, let's switch back over to the game window. Night at the Ludeum wasn't a huge game changer, but you can still recall it off the top of your head. That's true. Some of them did kind of pack a little more of a punch than others. Baby Equius is your favorite thing ever. Oh my god. The fucking grub. Just like... so good. Really cute. It was... who was it? I think it was... was it Lalo Hunt's Twitter? Oh my god. Let's see if I can find this. Yeah, he's literally baby. Search from... Do I even have the right Twitter handle? I don't have the right Twitter handle. This cannot possibly... You know what? I'll see if I can link it in later. But it was... I'm pretty sure it was Lalo. Might have... Maybe Lana Clark? I'm getting things confused. But in reference to, like, the baby Equius sprite was just like, you ever just spend, like, solid 10 minutes just staring at something because it's so beautiful? Well, something along those lines. I'll link it in the description if I can find it. But anyway, we're back here. Let's grab that good end. Show off your cool powers. Great! You can do that! Making friendship happen is like the one skill you actually have. From what you recall, you have a 100% success rate at it too, so this budding report is safe in your hands. It's because the bad ends are out of the picture. Excellent. Whew, you really weren't sure he'd be down for this. It really seemed like he might be coming to kill you when you heard him stomping toward the door earlier. Kill you? I would never... He cuts himself off as though he didn't intend to admit he didn't have it in him to murder you, and clears his throat. Troll culture. Toxic bullshit. That's what that is. We see Terezi and Vriska have a lot of conversations about that with John and Dave, respectively, in Act 5, Act 2. At first I thought you might be Arthur, my Lucis. It's ridiculous looking back, though you do share a sort of globular pated resemblance. How did you come to entangle yourself in my brawl only to immediately escape? Are you abnormally fast? I admit that particular method of being strong had not occurred to me, but I am intrigued. I too like to test the limits of physical capability. Equius never tries to kill anyone despite his legal and physical ability to. Yeah, he does not. Oh, no, you can just zap places. It's a kind of strength, maybe. If you want to define a superpower that way, you show off a bit, since you know Equius likes demonstrations. You tell him about how all you have to do is think of the place or person you want to visit, and pop. You bop to the top of a pile of robot parts, and then back in front of him on the floor. It's like that, except anywhere. I see. That is exceptional. He sort of just starts quaking gently where he stands. He rubs his neck with his towel, but he's not really even sweating any more than he had been already. It's as though in his excitement he forgot to sweat and just dabbed by force of habit? Is that a thing? Why are you even noticing this shit? Is it possible to bring along a pillion rider? What, like a zap buddy with you? In answer, you extend an elbow for him to grab. His whole body is vibrating by this point. He reaches his hand out, but stops just before he touches you, like you might shock him. It's okay, it won't hurt, you say. His fingers twitch just above your elbow, and his mouth purses in distrust. You're not sure exactly what he's worried about, since you're extremely undangerous, but you let him have a moment to work through whatever he's nervous about. He doesn't want to hurt MSPA Reader. He's hesitant to touch his arm because he doesn't want to accidentally hurt them. He takes a steadying breath. It's a little unsettling to see his face relax, even briefly, into soft, calm lines. Flipped palm up, his hand slowly cradles your forearm from below. He nods, a sharp, determined movement, and starts telling you what to do again. You will take me with you. Her name is Nepeta. Do you require any other information, or will that be sufficient? He was fucking... He thought of this possibility of visiting Nepeta, and he literally started vibrating. Sorry, that was a louder clap than I intended. A little too close to the mic. But, like... He thought of Nepeta, and he literally was just fucking shaking. That ought to do it. You haven't heard of her, you don't think, but you feel an immediate surge of excitement about this little jaunt. It's probably mostly just the friendship there's talking, but you can't help but feel like this is a connection that is supposed to be made. Like it's something that matters. It fucking is! You zap away. The pleasant little cosmic slip and slide feeling of when you zap around is jolted, like you got yanked off the ride with a fish hook to your guts. You land back exactly where you started. That did not work. Did you mislead me? No! This should work. You're not even high this time. As impressive as the strength of your power is, perhaps you need to apply more attention to the more intricate details involved. She is an olive blood, very short, and shamefully unkempt. This information will help. Olive blood, very short and shamefully unkempt. MSPA reader really does care them. You hope so. He is starting to look pretty tense, even with the fond lilt in his voice as he talks about his messy friend. You give it another whirl, and then you feel it. That same weighty glare on the back of your neck telling you you don't belong. There's T-Pose guy again. Fuck, you got zap blocked again. You will try again. Each word is ground out one at a time between his clenched teeth. Blood trickles through the cracks in his bite and out the corner of his lips. You really don't think it's going to work, but Equius looks like he's a second away from losing his shit, so reluctantly, you comply. Oh yeah, T-Pose guy was like a split-second shot in this one. What are the odds of Pesterquest contradicting this description? Yeah, true, because, like, they haven't actually seen each other. I mean, I don't know, maybe they have webcams, but, you know. Who is T-Pose Man? You have theories because of this volume, but you'll talk about them tomorrow, because he's late. Yeah, T-Pose guy makes a guest appearance in Terezi's route as well, and that's all I will say about that. Quit fucking trying to skip ahead, it's not going to work. Because it's late? Oh, y'all, no one's guesting tomorrow. We're going until like 2 in the morning at least. So, here is T-Pose Man, T-Pose person, here to fuck us up again. Quit fucking trying to skip ahead, it's not going to work, because we're not supposed to meet Nepeta yet. As you hurtle through space-time towards Equius's floor, you start to wonder if this is just going to be what happens now when you try to make friends. You accept this truth in your heart as your face accepts the impending wood planks. T-Pose person said the fuck word. Equius lands on his feet a little ways away from you, his hands balled into fists, bellowing with impotent rage. He's not even saying words, just unleashing an agonized, guttural wail. He punches an already dead robot torso leaning against a bookshelf. In punctuation, he kicks its decapitated head, which explodes into a shower of bolts and sparks. As the dust clears, you see him dutifully wiping himself down with a towel, breathing hard. He seems to have worked his anger out because he walks with a purposeful grace, as though he learned it in shit. That's one of the words I want to look up. Cotillion. What the fuck is a cotillion? Damn it, wrong window. An 18th century French dance based on the contredanse? A formal ball? This is not the definition I was looking for, Google Dictionary. It's a manor school in the South? Oh, so it's like a US thing. Huh. So, wait. Is it like one of those quote-unquote correctional facility type schools? He seems to have worked his anger out because he walks with purposeful grace as though he learned it in cotillion and sits next to where you're still sort of laying on the floor. You are both silent for a beat. Equius tugs at a lock of his hair, anxiously wrapping it around his finger. His hands fall to his lap. Okay, it's just like very, very formal. Alright, got it. I apologize for that display. The disappointment emotion is not my favorite. The disappointment emotion. Oh my god. I feel better now, however. My Morea lives very far away, so our paths have never been able to cross. Oh, suffer through learning grace and manners and fancy bullshit at age 13 when you're literally the sweatiest thing to ever grace the earth. Okay, yeah. Alright, I have a better picture of it now, yeah. But they've never been able to see each other, like, physically in person. Whatever force is blocking us seems to wield significant narrative power, so I will respect its whims as above mine in status. For now. Hey, for now. That sounds a little bit like a threat, and I like it. You know, it happens. You're no stranger to the ups and downs of friendship. The trick is to know when to keep trying and when to fall back, no matter how futile it feels or how alone you are. Your morale is impressive considering your circumstances. That's probably mostly a compliment? You're not really sure. Your circumstances definitely feel like they could be worse. You are very sure of yourself. How do you manage to do this when you are the only one of your kind? Without a society to tell you how to act or feel, how do you know if you are living in the correct way? How do you know where you belong? Or if you belong? Boy, we are getting into it now, because there was no out-and-out lines from Equius being castist in this route. But there it is. His whole world, his whole way of thinking is based on following a rule set, and specifically this rule set, but in a different way than Terezi. Terezi is very justice-oriented. Equius just needs the set of rules and to follow the rules. There's no sense of justice about it. Just, what's the word? Just a loyalty to what is. But yeah, this is just, that's how, it's the lens of how he thinks, right? Is specifically within. I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, without a society to tell you how to act or feel, how do you know if you are living in the correct way? You know, it's right and wrong without the sense of justice that Terezi has. Fucking ouch. The desire to belong is a yawning wound in your guts. The one that never seems to heal. You try not to let this rip too many stitches out of it. You never feel totally secure, you say. There's always fear, always doubt, always pain. But you find people in unlikely places. Make community when and where you can. Shit, you have belongings at, what, like 8 people's houses by now? It's not the same as having your own spot, but it's definitely something. You started off on the defensive, but you realize it's true. So, really, you figure, you're still defining yourself by your relationships to other people, but that can come from a good place and not just a twisted and forced one. You get wanting to know you're doing something right, unlocking your own mentally devised set of achievements for that sweet dopamine rush. But leaning on a fucked up social system for direction and validation doesn't really help him, and it definitely isn't helping many others. You don't need that to figure yourself out. His brows furrow, and you can almost hear a couple of the 4,672 rigid barriers in his brain creaking open. It's not just other people, you think. You find strength. Strength. Is that right? In your own self, too. You've met a lot of people and learned a lot of ways to be, but you're still working on what that means for you. No, it is not right, but I appreciate the attempt. One day we'll get there. This type of understanding does not come easy to me, but I believe I am following. In my case, I have striven to locate and retool the edge of my own ability. Physical prowess is a relatively typical indigo trait, but I am abnormally strong. I have worked to hone it in an attempt to make sense of myself and why I am like this. Retaining an aberrant trait and defining myself by it. He gestures to the god-awful robot mess, then flexes his hand. The blood has coagulated since you two started talking. He stares at it. This way of thinking may not always be a good thing, however. Certain habits are difficult to break. Though there are loopholes in every rule, I often lose track of which regulations I actually enjoy following, and which I just do not know how to disregard. At least with this hobby, all the stakes are under my control, with no chance of others getting hurt. So, what we're seeing here is, loopholes in every often lose track of which regulations I enjoy following and which I do not know how to disregard. Right? So he's gotta pick up from his pals who are already saying fuck the hemispectrum. For example, goddamn Warael, Nepeta, and pick up on being able to say fuck that. And he really, at his heart, he doesn't really want to hurt anyone. But also, that's what's happening. With his strict adherence to the hemispectrum and all this other stuff, he's hurting his friends. Unless they haphazardly zap in between your fight looking for friendship, that is. His smile is as broken and rigid as it was the first time, but it feels different, backed by the rough warmth of his laugh. Yes, do not do that again. Next time you will zap to the front door and Arthur will let you in. Next time, you think, and you smile back. Excellent victory. So, Equius. There is Equius's route. So, yeah, that was a really interesting exploration of a character who really didn't get a lot of screen time. Really didn't get a lot of time to develop within the comic. Kind of was killed off too fast for that. But, it's interesting. It is. To kind of get the insight into this and really get, more of a sense that for, the fact that this is just a fucking kid, He is... Yeah. So that was interesting. I found that one really interesting. I thought it was really well written. We're glad we get to give him friendship. Yeah. Yeah. Dang. 20 yeah, Equius's was a shorter one. Terezi's is twice as long. So we're gonna go late tomorrow. But I guess for now, I can chop earlier today. I got some schooly type things to take care of. So I'm pretty chill with having that little extra bit of time. But yeah, indeed. Indeed. Yeah, we'll go over the credits and all of that after tomorrow, just so we don't get any spoilers in the menus. Yeah, anything to do with Terezi we'll talk about tomorrow, Phoenix. But yeah, there was some there was some issues with it clicking. But by which you mean work tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. I am working on Sunday morning again. You gotta pack. You going to that farm. Okay, seems we all have things to accomplish this evening, so I will let you all go. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely little character journey with Equius. I hope I will be seeing you all back here for tomorrow night for another exciting journey with Noah. It's gonna be a very good time. If you missed the first Big Brain Power Hour when we streamed Vriska, here's your chance to hop right back into that action. It's good. It's good shit. It's a fun time. So I hope you can make it out for Terezi tomorrow. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you may be getting up to. I hope you all accomplish the tasks that you need to accomplish this evening. Hopefully I will be seeing you all right back here tomorrow for Terezi. But for now, from me to you, good night.